Moving on now, the strain in India-Bangladesh ties intensifying, and it is quite clear. Last week's 4-day trip of Bangladesh's interim government chief advisor Muhammad Yunus to China has added fuel to fire as far as the differences between the two neighbors are concerned. All focus is on Yunus's remarks on India, that one, he called the 7 northeastern states of India landlocked. Second, he called Bangladesh the only guardian, the ocean in the region. He was referring to the Bay of Bengal. This has triggered tensions and uproar inside and outside the country. The remark evoked a sharp response from Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Calling the remarks offensive, he strongly condemned Yunus. In a detailed tweet, Sarma said that this remark should not be taken lightly. He claimed that such statements reflect long-standing agendas and deeper strategic considerations. He also called for a robust road network and railway routes around and beneath the Chicken Neck corridor. All this uproar began after Yunus's comment on India in his bid to attract Chinese investment to Bangladesh.
7 states of India, eastern part of India, called 7 Sisters. They are landlocked country, landlocked region of India. They have no way to reach out to the ocean. We are the only guardian of the ocean for all this region. So this opens up a huge possibility. So this could be an extension of the Chinese economy, build things, produce things, market things, bring things to China, bring it out to the whole rest of the world. That's a production house for you. So that's the opportunity we should seize and we should implement, we should get it done.
Yunus's remarks have triggered buzz over the ties the two countries share. This is how the defense experts weighed in on the topic.
देखिए, मोहम्मद यूनुस जो हैं वो चाइना गए हुए हैं और असली मकसद उनका यही है कि वहाँ से किसी तरीके से चाइना से पैसे लिए जाएं, चाहे वो किसी भी तरीके से हो। वो ज़रूर बाकी चीज़ों के लिए उनको लुभा रहा है कि ये कि आप यहाँ पे आके बनाइए, पोर्ट वगैरह बनाइए और प्रोडक्शन वगैरह कीजिए, इंडस्ट्री वगैरह लगाइए, बड़ी लेबर है हमारे पास, बड़ा सस्ता का है। और हिंदुस्तान के साथ कंपैरिजन करते हुए कहते हैं कि जी देखिए, हिंदुस्तान का जो है ये जो ईस्टर्न सेक्टर है तो उसके तो समुद्र लगता ही नहीं, हमारा तो समुद्र लगता है, तो आप आइए हमारे पास। तो कहने का मकसद ये है कि बेसिकली वो चाइना को लुभाने के लिए गया हुआ वहाँ पे कि किसी तरीके से चीन से इन्वेस्टमेंट्स आए उधर, क्योंकि अब बांग्लादेश का हालत बहुत बुरी हो गई है।
I'm not very sure why Mr. Yunus made that statement in China. What India's northeastern states do is none of his business. If we have connectivity and how we connect them to the oceans, that is the problem with the government of India, and we are handling that. So as far as access to the sea is concerned, we don't need Bangladesh. Right? The northeastern states can be connected via the Calcutta port or even by Sitwe port. So obviously he's trying to send a message to India across. One is he's trying to tell China that if China invests in Bangladesh, then because of Bangladesh's unique position, it can even, this link can extend across through India's northeastern states in a cooperative manner.
Well, the remark also armed the opposition to attack centre, calling it a failure of the central government. Opposition leaders said that it's high time the foreign policy is renewed.
सारी छिपी बातें सामने आ रही, जो कुछ बांग्लादेश में हुआ, एक निर्वाचित सरकार को अपदस्थ किया गया, ये लाए गए, अब जाके चीन कह रहे हैं, अरे चीन मत जाओ, वहां मत कहो, जो कुछ कहना है अपनी आवाम से कहो। वहां पे हम अब तो अपनी सरकार की भी कमजोरी मानते हैं कि ना मंदिर बचा पा रहे हैं, ना वहां के हिंदू बचा पा रहे हैं। नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार असफल हो रही है, वो चीन की शरण में जा रहे हैं और चीन के साथ हमारे संबंध अच्छे नहीं, यानी कि एक अच्छा पड़ोसी भी हमने खो दिया।
Actually, this is quite incredible and quite alarming as well, because recently if we see one of the secretary of the government of India has said that the Chinese have built 2 counties in the Indian territories. The question arises, a country like Bangladesh, which was born by the efforts of India in 1971, can dare to speak like this. I think the foreign policy has to be renewed, and we have to see what is happening and why the relationship with our neighbors is getting deteriorated day by day. As far as the opposition and the Samajwadi Party is concerned, when it comes to the national security, the Samajwadi Party and the entire opposition stands with the government of India. They should take the strictest of action, and something should be done, because this is very alarming.
And with that, we're slipping into a very short break for now. A lot more lined up on the other side. Stay on with us.